Like and subscribe. I found these 2-inch alligator clips in my package here. I bought these at the hardware store, a bunch of alligator clips. I'm going to be making some wire leads here. This is a thinner wire. I want to go with a thicker wire for these 2-inch alligator clips here, but I'm going to probably make another one with them smaller clips with this wire too. What I've already done here, I've stripped these wires. Got a nice little length on them, about an inch. I also, on the very tip of this wire, I don't know if you can tell really, I've already put a little bit of solder just to kind of hold those wires together while I put it through the holes on the. Just pinch it so you're opening the clip and then pull your little rubber piece right off. You're going to have to go through these holes here. Okay, so you go through those holes and then you're going to solder it on there. I'm using some flux that I ordered online. This is just some, I don't know, it's from China or Japan or something, but it works really good. So I just, it's a paste instead of a liquid. It's a little bit easier to handle and store long term. So that's what I prefer to use there. And I'm just going to take and make sure this is twisted nice and tight at the end here. And what's really important is you just barely get the tip in the flux. Just the very tip, because wherever that flux is, that solder is going to flow to. I got a little piece of solder I broke off right here. I'm going to get a little bit on the tip of my soldering iron. And go ahead and just get the tip of this in there. Alright, now that I got that on there, what I need to do is stick it through these holes on there and get it, you want to go from the inside, because when you end up you want your wire to be in there like this on the inside, because you're going to fold those little edges around it to hold it in. Okay, before you start that though, it's really important, make sure that you take and put your little rubber piece on there. Okay, I'm actually going to use this as my positive. This wire's got a white writing on it, the other one's a solid black, so I'm going to make sure I put my black rubber on the side with the solid black. I'm going to put it through the circle hole to come back through. So I'm going to skip that center hole. Let's see that. I'm going to push that in there nice and tight. And from the underside, I'm going to pull on that a little bit with some pliers. Try to get that nice and tight in there, tuck that in. Alright, now we want to get some flux in there so that we can solder it right to it. This time I'm going to want to get a little bit extra solder on my tip here. Probably going to come back a couple times with it. I gotta be careful too, because this is heating up in my hand. I do have something called an extra pair of hands that I could probably get out and help me out with this. This is the extra pair of hands I was talking about. It's just a little alligator clips and a little stand here that's, you know, adjustable in different directions there. So I'm going to try to zoom in on this a little bit so you guys can see. I am going to get a little bit more flux on here. There's this flux paste here. Put it in here because I'm going to be adding some more solder. Try to get this nice and soldered tight so I don't ever have to re-solder it. cool. I'll go ahead and bend these over here. See the little tabs. Get this out of here. Now what you're going to do, you're going to have to get this rubber piece back over, but it's kind of hard there. So you got to pinch that open there. Stick it back through. Oh, we got one. Now we got to do the red one. Go ahead and close this off real quick. Kind of hot to touch. Alright, pinch it down again. Slide this over. Yep, we got one end. Get a couple more clips out. Gotta make sure I put it on the right side. I almost put the black on the red. Got the white writing on the wire there. I wanted it on the solid black. Get some flux on here. Alright, last red one for this jumper. Let's remember to put this on there this time. There we go. How this jumper should work. Let's get and test it with something here. Got my little battery pack. There we go, it works. Remember to like and subscribe.